Actually, it took us 22 years to build this beautiful campus. Nothing can be done overnight. And most of it came by interacting with the American companies. We are able to capture the generics markets in the world. The reason is nobody can make it better than us. Nobody can make it at lower cost than us. This is going to continue, and we would like to be the biggest suppliers of generic drugs.
Very pleased to be here. I'm Michael Leavitt. I'm the Secretary of Health and Human Services from the United States. I'm accompanied by Dr. Andrew von Eschenbach, who is the Commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration in the United States. The United States has maintained over many years high standards for quality and safety. More and more of what we consume in the United States is produced in other countries. We now have $2 trillion in goods that are produced outside the United States that are imported for the use of our consumers. Those products come from more than 800,000 different manufacturing sources. It is a very basic change in the way the marketplace works in the United States. Recently, I had a meeting with health ministers and other relevant government officials from around the world to talk about health issues. It became evident to me that this was not a unique issue to the United States. This is a subject being discussed in virtually every significant economy in the world. What we're seeing is the maturing of a global marketplace. The United States has what we believe to be a very good system of assuring the safety and quality of imports. However, it is not adequate for the future. About 7 months ago, President Bush called upon me to chair a working group of his cabinet to examine our importing practices from the very beginning of the process all the way to the consumer. Over the course of the last 7 months, I have visited seaports, I've seen border crossings, I've been in manufacturing facilities like the one today in the United States, here in India, many of them in the United States, food, drug, and devices. I've had a chance to personally inspect everything from imported tire irons to gingerbread houses. Because we import virtually everything, or at least some of everything. What we're doing is redesigning for the future how we intend to assure that American consumers can continue to have access to high quality and safe products. Many of the products that we consume are manufactured in other countries. Now, there's so much of it that it simply cannot be inspected as it enters the United States. It would be impractical. It would slow our economy down and would not allow consumers to get what they want. So we have made a very basic change in the way we approach imports. Rather than stand at our borders and try to assure that things are safe and try to catch those that aren't safe, we want to build quality into the product every step of the way. I want to know that quality was built in every step of the way. I saw the same thing today as I walked through this plant. It wasn't know your grower, but it was certainly know your producer. I saw ingredients that had been shipped from suppliers who were certified by this company to meet their expectations. I saw quality control checked at every point of the way. We intend in the United States to make it easier for those who follow those kinds of practices to get products into our country. We intend to make it harder for those who do not. We want to make it we want our markets to be more readily available to those who are transparent in telling us about their processes. We want to have a greater presence in the United States in other countries, not so much to inspect, but to assure that those who are producing for American consumers know what our standards are and how they can be met. Our message is very clear. Those who desire to produce for American consumers will produce in a way that will meet our expectations of quality and safety. What we're now beginning to see, as I indicated, is this development of a new global market that requires we change the way we interact. Part of that will be in the development of common standards, so that as this company, as Dr. Reddy's production is done in a way as to go to the United States, he's producing to our standards and hopefully producing for the benefit of other standards as well. This will require a great deal of global collaboration. One thing we know, and that is that consumers worldwide will punish harshly and rapidly anyone that does not produce standards of products that meet their standards of quality and safety. So this is about providing information to people who can know that the products they receive have been produced in accordance with the best manufacturing processes. We've seen a fine example of that today, and I want to congratulate Dr. Reddy and his colleagues for a fine facility and for a great success. Obviously, India is a very important partner and produces many goods for our consumers. We want that to be a relationship that prospers and thrives. And so we're looking ahead to say, how can we help develop regulatory processes? How can we design systems and understandings and agreements in the future that will make it easier and more successful for India to have access to American markets and Americans to have access to Indian markets?
May I say, Dr. Reddy, thank you for the privilege of being able to visit this extremely important facility. We're here in India because of the fact that we all recognize disease does not know any borders. And the solutions to those diseases, likewise, should not know any borders. And so life-saving medications are coming from a variety of places around the world, and very importantly, those life-saving medications are coming from India. And we're very pleased to be here to visit a facility that's responsible for many, many drugs that are making a difference in our lives. Whether it's patients with diabetes or heart disease, these are critically important life-saving contributions. And to be able to produce them with the quality and the safety that this kind of a facility exemplifies, and to be able to provide them at lower costs so that more patients can benefit from them, is something that I believe India and the United States take great pride in the partnership that has been developed, especially the partnership that the Food and Drug Administration is very pleased to be a part of. So Dr. Reddy, congratulations to you. To India, congratulations and our thanks to you for these important contributions and the opportunity for me to be here.